Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you another game with the good old 24th US National Guard Division, or how it is actually called, 24th Infantry Division Mechanized. But we all know that it's 24th National Guard Division. Yes, I have still been playing it because I just wanted to make it work. I don't know why. I really tried so hard with this one. But well, I did. And you can see we are on airport, so a map that we haven't seen in quite some time. Against 8th US Mechanized Division. So I wasn't sure what to expect because with 8th Mech there is the A10 air rush, there's the well, depending on what you go for, either aircaf or Rangers or both, and a Viper, helicopter rush, and there's just the good old infantry spam. Also, you can do a mechanized tank rush somewhere down the road and overwhelm your enemy early on. And yeah, it's the same problem as always with 24th Mech. I am facing a division that has a bunch of high HP infantry because those divisions are the ones that are being played right now all the time because high HP infantry is just broken. And yeah, I have that, but not to the same degree as 8th. Also, 8th has the Rangers that are special forces. I don't get any special forces. Though obviously my advantage is that I get a lot of Bradleys, and 8th only gets the recon Bradleys, and that's it. You can also see that I have changed my deck around a little bit because I wasn't really feeling my lack of recon. Like, I had a bunch of infantry, but it didn't feel like it was enough. Oh, I'm really sorry. And so I added the recon Bradleys as well. And yeah, changed around the tank type a bit, added the infantry command back in. Though I had to drop the 50 cals for it, so let's see how it goes, because especially on airport the 50 cals could have been really useful. But yeah, now I have the CEV as well. So maybe this will help me against all the high HP infantry squads and the ATGM spam. Yeah, I only start with one command. That's mostly how I start on airport, to quickly capture Papa and then reroute it to Foxtrot and then let it go down to Bravo. I want to have as many units on the front line as possible. You can see I'm deploying 2 fighters because with 2 possible air rushes, with like one actually being an air rush and one being a helicopter rush, I wanted to have the control over the airspace. National Guard Stingers deployed to Foxtrot in case he does an early drop in here with some Ranger Dragons. This can be very, very painful to dislodge them later on because it's a fairly high HP Special Forces squad with the Dragon 2, so we really don't want to have to deal with that. Sniper in the tower here because it's just a very, very strong position. Because it's forward deployed, you can also get there in time. It deployed a normal, or like not normal, it's a National Guard scout in this tower because I was assuming that like there would be more of an advance towards this tower, and it also gets artillery a lot. So I decided to do a normal scout. I mean, then on the other hand, you might say, well, why don't you deploy a normal scout here? Well, actually, I don't really know. I just felt like it. I guess because also this tower here is more contested, so I wanted to get there earlier, and the sniper can hold ground himself actually pretty well against infantry. Obviously, it's not going to do anything against tanks, but let's be real, the National Guard scouts are also not going to do anything against tanks. You can see I'm also deploying some more infantry into here because I thought I might try to, you know, be a little bit aggressive in the opener and not give him a lot of breathing space. With the Recon Bradley going up to here, I will have good control over this whole side of the map, meaning that for him to go into Bravo, he would need to go around the whole map. So this would take him some time, and until then I can get some more reinforcements into here. National Guard Stingers, I already said that before. You can see I also deployed a bunch of Mechanized Infantry, National Guard, Fire Team, and Fire Team Dragon into the center, just in case he tries some push through there. Also, one ITO going into the tower here, and then one ITO going into the building here to cover the open ground. And then there's 2 Engineered Dragons going into here, just to get maybe some good kills on some M113s, and also another National Guard fire team in their National Guard Bradley. So I heard a shit ton of helicopters, so I was pretty happy that I went with 2 Phantoms for an F-16, engage it. F-16 shoots 1 rocket, hits, shoots 2nd rocket, hits, 3rd and 4th rocket also hit. I was already considering to just out the 4. Like, I had 2 Phantoms, 2 F4E Phantoms that are more expensive and better than the F-16, and the F-16 hits 100% of its rockets, and I only hit 1 and all of them die. And he has a helicopter start. This was beyond tilting. Why do I even bother doing a double fighter start if my 2 fighters lose against 1? So yeah, typical RNG, just fucking me up my asshole without any loop, and this is just, it's so unfun. If you perfectly counter your enemy and then RNG just says no. National Guard Stingers obviously miss, because I mean, why would they hit, right? 2nd miss. And those Engineered Dragons now obviously in a horrible position. Let's see if the Stingers get a hit. That was well done. And then miss again. And because this Stinger was deployed in the open, the 2 Black Hawks will actually do a lot of damage to it. Bradley now doing some damage with its autocannon and its machine gun. This one here as well. Stinger misses again. Luckily though, there's not much going on the right flank, so he did a very heavy helicopter deployment into the center. The Cobra is now just deleting my infantry, and there's nothing I can do against it. Oh, well, I have a Stinger, but I mean, the Stinger is not gonna hit, because I mean, why would it? So I just buy a fighter, because I also didn't see any air defense while I was fighting the F-16. So I just assumed that it should be clear enough, and I mean, I need to do something to get back into this game. Kill the Cobra, kill the Black Hawk on retreat, and decide to disengage, because something was firing at me from here, so, you know, killed off 2, like 1 combat helicopter and 1 Black Hawk that was not able to be sold off, so that's fair enough. ITO, of course, misses the M113, because why would anything hit on my side? It's not like I, you know, want to win the game or something. No. Engineer Dragon missing, I mean, that's fair enough. Like, it's completely stressed out and only has a Dragon 1, so that's alright. Other Dragon 1 also missing. Now we have 2 National Guard. Oh no, 1 National Guard and 1 normal Bradley firing. Let's see if they can hit. 1 misses, 2nd hits. Finally. So yeah, only takes 160 and 165% rocket for me to hit 1. Fun times. The one M60 being a bit of an issue. Bring in the Strike Eagle, because I still didn't see any like big AA. Though he also brings in his LGB. Strikes the building with the 2 infantry inside. I tried to get them out in time, but I was too late. Bring in the F-15 again though, to finish off the LGB quickly, and I do. Kill off the M60 with the F-15 and get it out of there. It was hit by something, but getting a Ranger and an M60 is good enough for the beginning. Like, obviously M60 is not like the perfect target, but it's better than nothing. And after the just abysmal early start, I need to get back with something. Invisible Dragon unit firing at me. Of course I can't see it. Recon here being completely useless. Would need recon here as well, you know. Would be good if I had a sniper, for example, here. That wasn't deleted by a helicopter, even though I started with 2 fighters. But I was able to get 1 of the Bradleys behind the building. Now the Ranger's Dragon is moving up. And can fire at the Bradley now, so that's not very optimal. Smoke off, but I was too late. Though the only good thing that came out of it is that I'm almost 200 points ahead, because he was a bit late with capturing the zones, I guess. Wasn't really sure. And yeah, I decided to just fuck it and buy in a second Strike Eagle, because, you know, I was assuming that I'm a lot of points behind. Drop on the Ranger Dragon, hit it, get hit by the Eyehawk, and the F-16 finishes me off. I mean, that was, like, okay from the RNG point of view. Also get the F-16 in return, so overall, like, fair RNG. Still bad engagement for me because the Strike Eagle only got one Ranger. And I mean, this was very risky, but yeah, as I said, I didn't have the luxury of just sitting back and hoping to get good engagements. Even though I am 200 points ahead, but I was pretty certain that I was down a lot in the trade department, especially on the ground. And yeah, so it didn't pay off that well. And he has a 50 kill, so that's a bit bad. Ito here is out of ammo. Fighting Dragon misses. It's Dragon 2. Let's see if it can hit now, maybe. No, it runs out of range. Bit sad. But I got the supply truck in, so the Ito is being reinforced. 50 kill here, really annoying. I lost both my Bradleys in here against the Ranger with the Dragon. I started reinforcing this side because he had infantry here, but he wasn't really moving aggressively. So I was assuming that he might set up for some shenanigans on the flanks. Also, you can see a Fighting Dragon coming in here. Just, you know, in case he does some funny memes around this flank. So, well, I guess then maybe this building here would have been better, but details. you so seldomly play on around Bravo that I don't even really know, you know, the sidelines there. Stinger unfortunately wasn't able to hit. I think it wasn't even able to... No, it was able to shoot, actually, just didn't hit. And I mean, well, shooting one shot and not hitting against the Blackhawk is fair enough, because I also have 10% ECM. Ito shooting at some M113, but lose line of sight. And that's really the name of the game. Like, he doesn't have any Bradleys, but he has a lot of the M113, so I need to get rid of them. Ito here sees my Chaparral and kills it, or rather, he most likely has a recon squad somewhere in here that saw the Chaparral and killed it off. That's pretty bad. Sorry, that was my phone again. Don't worry, nobody wrote you a message, because nobody likes you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure a lot of people like you. Whoever you are, anonymous viewer. So yeah, because I lost both my F4s in the opener, I'm pretty down bad for air defense. Like, my only fighters are the two F-15s left. And then the ground-based AA, which is like not bad, but also not good. Like, it's okay. You really need to supplement it with fighters. And losing the half of them in like the first seconds of the game against one enemy fighter is just catastrophic almost. But weirdly enough, he's just not pushing anywhere, which made me even more worried. Like, what is going on? He had such a good start. You would assume that he would use it to push through, especially because he's 200 points behind and not just sit there. But the reinforcements here have arrived, so I guess that's okay for me. Also use the Bradley from the Fighting Dragon as some more support over here. I also saw his Ito, and you can see I bought an artillery. I'm focusing on the mech rifle Dragon right now, but I know that the Ito is there, so I can always target it later, and he most likely will not move it away from there, at least for the moment. Let's see, moving my Fireteam Dragon a bit from the back into the building so that it doesn't get sniped by the Ito. I also mark it so that I don't forget it, because I'm a bit stupid and I sometimes forget things. The Ito here, by the way, is still not able to kill this one M113. Like, again, 60% accuracy. It can't kill it. It's apparently impossible. But the enemy F-16 kills two of my F-4s. Like, what am I watching? This is this last week has been just insane from the RNG's point of view, and not in the good sense. Like, not at all. Buying a supply for the center already preemptively because I really don't want the Itos and the Stingers to run out of ammo too quickly. If he actually tries to attack here, I have a fighter circling in the back, he has a fighter circling in the back. M113 finally dies, only took like 6 rockets or something. Bradley's almost in position with the infantry. But unfortunately he has line of sight through here, so he gets a shot off. But I mean, surely he will miss, right? Because my Itos always miss. No, of course his Ito doesn't miss. He hits first shot. So that sucks. That's, I think, what, 115 points or something down the drain? We can actually look 45 and 70. Yes, 115 points. Cool and good. But I mean, I saw the Ito there, so I just quickly targeted to finally kill it off, this pesky little thing. And yeah, now I see a mortar being brought in, but like only one. By the way, I also saw an Ito unload there. I-Hawk, sorry, there's an Ito. Get the Ito, he instantly microed it back, but in this case I was actually lucky, and the artillery shots scattered a little bit behind him. And yeah, because I saw the I-Hawk, I wanted to kill it off as soon as I can to open up possible Strike Eagle strikes later on, because I still want to use it. The mortar actually being pretty annoying because it's damaging my supply. I didn't like that too much. You see 2 chaparrals coming in to ramp up the air defense, which is a good idea because you can see there's another Cobra already waiting there. We don't want that. No, no, no. Artillery also started to fire, so apparently he can see the chaparral there, which I don't really like, though. I notice it in time and reduce the chaparral a bit, so it's out of harm's way. But right now, not much going on, and as I said, I was really weirded out because I was sure that he would use his early advantage. Yeah, also kill off the I-Hawk. Very important kill. But like, he had the early advantage, he might as well have used it, but apparently he had other plans, I guess. Mark the mortar so that I can try to counter battery it in case it's an infantry mortar, though I honestly didn't think it would be an infantry mortar, considering this is 8th, but who knows. Now he brings in M270, the HE Mars, which I tried it as well, but it's really not that great, honestly. Like, it's okay, but it just costs way too much, and then it also only gets to 1 salvo, and you can see the salvo is super slow. It wasn't even able to kill a single scout and an Ito. Like, if you compare that to a Grad strike, that's already bad. The M270 cluster is pretty good actually, but the HE1, hot garbage. M60 here engaging, but the Ito actually died to either mortars or like the M60 or some other long-range support tool. I'm not actually sure. Target the tower here because I know there's an Ito in there, and most likely there's also recon squad in there. Yes, the LRS that just died, so I was right about that. That was very nice. 2 more Stingers coming in. Also a military police, just in case he tries to just move infantry across the open. Because, yeah, as I said, I don't have 50 kills, right? So no real long-range support in here because the Bradleys died. And yeah, I also don't want to put the Bradleys in here because then they're in range of Itos and Dragons. I have an Ito Jeep back in here. Here's the M60, very good kill already, early on. You can see I also moved some stuff over the flank. 2 National Guard fire teams, the M728 CEV, also M1 IP coming up. So I was preparing for a bit of a push into this sector here, Zulu. He's trying to counter battery me. Well, that's not gonna work because I moved my artillery. Saw his command sitting in the open, so I thought I might as well, you know, try to go for a cheeky little snipe. Sniping out command units while you can is always worth it in my opinion. Even if they're not in a sector or something right now, just snipe them off. Oh, no. will come back to bite your enemy in the ass in the end. It might come down to bite them in the ass. And even if it doesn't, like, you know, they will have to rebuy the command unit. I also saw a scout squad going into the forest line there, so I decided to try to kill it off. Mortar was bullying my Bradley, so obviously he was also able to see it. Unfortunately, artillery wasn't able to catch off the command in the open. I was a bit sad. Now there's 2 Cobras there, that's a bit annoying. And this is the big issue I have now. I can't move up the Chaparrals too close because 100% he will have 80 GMs there. Moving up the Stingers close is also dangerous because of this infantry. So I was in a bit of a pickle. You know what would have been really good here? Having 2 Phantoms that can dive them. You know, it would have been a shame if 2 Phantoms died to a single F-16 early on, right? Well, don't really know what he was counter-battering here. I think that's right. That's this howitzer that was coming up from the back. It fired from here. Yeah, that's right. But not gonna work. Sorry. Because I am moving my artillery like a good boy. Just, you know, get used to moving your artillery even if your enemy doesn't counter-battery you. So once your enemy does it, you are already in the workflow of, you know, shooting, moving, shooting, moving. It's like 1 extra click. It's really not that much of an issue. And there's no negative consequences to it if you do it, but there's pretty big negative consequences to it if you don't do it and get counter-batteried. Also, a big negative consequence is that I have no air defense here and there is an A10 that killed my recon Bradley. That was pretty sad. He is doing the smart thing. He's called in the A10 and has the F-16 circling in the back, so I can't dive it with the F-15. Well, even if you disregard, you know, the air defense that is surely gonna be built around somewhere in here. I have the National Guard Stingers here, but I mean, this one is in a fine position to defend the Ito, but this one here should have been moved up further forward, honestly. Chaparrals are now on the way. Here I still haven't been able to make a push because I only have the 2 National Guard fire teams there. And I really needed to ramp up the defenses in the like center town area. Nah, that's more on the left flank. Because I was seeing movement from him in here, but then nothing happened. Because in this meta, nothing ever happens. Everybody just sits on their ass, even when they're 200 points behind.
It's hot here. Back up! Back up!
Stay hydrated, boys and girls. Very important. Now I try to finally counter-battery his mortar, but the counter-battery just fails miserably. Even though it is a fairly close range, you can see it like does half damage. Not even half damage, lol. Okay, bruh. Also upvetted, by the way. Upvetted close range counter battery, not even half damage. Yikes. Now the A10 is also circling in the back, so really not a good time to try to get a push going, but I get in my own mortars now to build up a smoke wall so that I can start to push in. You can see more reinforcements coming in, some high HP infantry squads that support. But now I see some infantry of him moving across the open, like using a fireteam law. First of all, using a fireteam law in 8th, why would you do that? You have an abundance of high HP infantry. Why would you use the shitty low HP infantry with the bad AT launcher? Well, I don't know. Well, I smoke off the Bradley in time, so that the A10 can't kill me. Problem is my F-15 is like on the other side of the map, which is fine, because I didn't want it to die to the IHawks, but it was out of fuel. So I just buy in a second, because the Chaparrals were not quite in position. Now they should be close enough to also get some support, and maybe if he goes for another go, unfortunately he gets off his Maverick just before the F-15 was able to hit it. Kill off the A10, but get hit by the IHawk in return, so this will be out for repairs for a long time. M113, again, by the way, dodging 2 rockets from an Ito.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also pretty sure it dodged one of the Totus. And the Abrams gets it, actually. Or no, I think 1 or 2 of the Itos might have been used on the supply vehicle there. Bradley now firing on the M113 AKF, though that gets killed by the Fireteam Dragon. Getting the Strike Eagle with the Weasel in support to get a strike on the Abrams. The Shrike obviously misses horribly, as it usually does. His LGB comes in. I think he targeted the Abrams, so he didn't even kill it off, and it died. Which, I mean, that's to be expected. Like, look at the amount of air defense I have in here. Like, bruh. It better die after diving in for that. Yeah, I was really disappointed about the Shrike. Like, he didn't even turn off his AA, and the Shrike still missed horribly. But I guess it is what it is. Use the Bradley for some fire support, because the Fireteam Dragon is being pushed by quite a lot of stuff now. Brought in the Ito Jeep against the Abrams, but the Abrams is now dead. And now there's a helicopter and more infantry coming in, so that's a bit bad. I didn't want to move the Chaparral further forward because of the M60 and all the other stuff in here. So that was a bit of a bad position to be in. Should have had more Stingers, honestly, in there, in the buildings. Starting to get the smoke screen up. But I'm missing a command right now. Artillery has been a bit silent. But nothing that couldn't be fixed fairly quickly. The M113 with I'm pretty sure that has a normal mech rifle squad in it. Gets out of range of the ITO, this has TOW just in time, but now gets killed off, so yeah, okay. That's good enough. Move up the Fireteam Dragon from the right flank. Also brought in a CEV, so this will be very good against all the infantry he has in here. Kill off the ACAF. That's very good. You can see I'm starting to move in on this flank there. Move up the Chaparral, but unfortunately the Tow Cobra is out of range. Because the helicopter range isn't actually that good. Like, it's okay, it's not bad. But it's also, you know, not the best. And it's the only air defense I have. Because the pivots is not air defense, it's a joke. F-16 coming in to strafe the Apache that I brought in. Hits and kills it off. I mean, that was a bit lucky, but it's kind of okay. Also, he gets killed in return, so it's a decent trade. Sniper engaging the Stinger. Don't really know why he was moving that over the open. I guess it was still in reaction to the existence of the Apache. Infantry here getting a bit into the enemy town, but the Bradleys are now being fired at by invisible TOWs, which is fair enough because the recon jeep here is way too far back. Should have brought in some more recon and just pulled it forward aggressively. Chaparral's missing 3 missiles on a Black Hawk at like point blank range. Like, hello? What the fuck? He gets into command in this sector. This is pretty bad, because with him neutralizing and maybe even capturing Foxtrot, he will be at the, like, if he captures it, he will be at the +2 tick. I don't really like that that much, not gonna lie. Chaparral here somehow doesn't see the Black Hawk. Maybe it's on low altitude or something. I guess it is on low altitude and that's why it doesn't see it. A bit weird. National Guard Stinger actually hits it once. Bringing the Eagle to quickly kill it, so he used them as like bootleg recon. So I wanted them to die. Chaparral here moves up to kill the Tow Cobra, but gets killed in return by a whole army of ATGMs. Rangers and all the other infantry here doing a real number on me. Should have used the artillery on them, but unfortunately the artillery is out of ammo now. So, I mean, this is good because it means I have used it quite a lot, and I did. His command here, by the way, died, but he captured the sector before it died, so a bit unlucky. Yeah, the artillery will be down for quite some time until it's able to reload. Push the Ranger Dragon with 2 Bradleys, just, you know, basically bum rush him. And hope that I can get like a lucky stun or something, but this won't happen, obviously. Bradley and CEV here really trying to hold the ground, but the CEV is routed. The Bradley is also low cohesion. Engineers moving in, brought in a second Apache as support, because I mean he dived it with the F-16, but I didn't see any air defense, except for the Stinger that moved over the open. So I thought I might as well try. Ranger Dragon at, what is that, normal or low cohesion, by the way, kills the Bradley. That was sad. I decided to just use the mortars for direct fire because the range is there. Even if I don't kill them, I can at least suppress them. But you can see I'm using a lot of units, so that's not a good push here. Has pretty much completely failed. The M1IP leader is still alive, but this would be the the good case to use your
Well done, guys.
infantry leader if you wouldn't be dumb and would remember that you have an infantry leader in your deck, or would remember that you can actually hide behind these buildings with your command.
Get down.
But the thing is, I haven't played airport in such a long time that I just forgot about it. Not gonna lie. And now the Cobra's killing me because my Chaparrals died to his army of of Itos. There's nothing I can do. The Stingers have to move up. That was also just a mistake by me. I should have moved the Stingers up way earlier. Though I am slowly killing him out of Foxtrot, so that's at least good news. CEV has also finally recovered, though it's being shot at by the Tow Cobra, so it most likely will die. No, it actually misses. Wow. What a surprising turn of events for once. But with Ranger Dragon and the Tow Cobra, yeah, it will die. That was to be expected. Bradley here just driving in close and killing of the LRS, so that's a very good thing. Artillery also has reloaded, so this is back in action. And the command tank has survived, and the standard M1IP died, but the command M1IP survived, so it's like not good, but okay. Command jeep already on its way, so it might even be able to capture the sector before he gets a lead that would be enough to win. Ranger Dragon being invisible as always, though I mean I don't have any recon here, so that's okay. The Engineer Dragon here also moved. I initially retreated them, healed them back up, and then moved them back in. Though against the Rangers 3, not a good fight for them. I thought he was counter-battering again, but he actually was trying to target the National Guard Stinger. Good idea. But I quickly moved it a building further forward. I capture Foxtrot, and actually he doesn't have enough points to win. So that was okay. Obviously would have rather kept my 200-point advantage, but at least he's not winning yet. There's 30 minutes left, and I would say that I have stabilized okay for the moment. Like, I mean, the push in here was pretty horrible, but I completely mopped up his push into Foxtrot. Yes, he managed to capture the sector, but everything died. And my artillery has been doing a great job this whole game, other than the time it had to reload. See the Abrams quickly take the chance and kill it off. I'm also, I missed it, but I counted battery to one of his artillery pieces. One of his paladins. So that was very good. Because I realized that he was shooting it all the time from there, but wasn't moving it. By the way, I don't know what happened to his Mars. Like, I mean, nothing happened to it. I didn't kill it or something. Didn't send anything around the flanks. I guess he just forgot about it or something. Or he didn't consider any targets valuable enough to use it for. But that's another big problem, that the Mars is so expensive, and then you don't really want to use it on a lot of targets because you don't want to waste it, because it's not only expensive to bring in, it also costs a lot of supply. A normal M1 Abrams coming in, you rarely see them. This is the shitty one, the old one. That, to be fair, it has more availability and a better availability curve than the M1 IP or the M1 A1. But it's just straight up worse, and it's not even that much cheaper, so I really don't tend to take it. Or I really don't like it that much, and I don't tend to take it. Let's put it like that. You can also see there's a new strike package in the back with the F-15E and the Wild Weasel again. Mortar still keeping up the fire into the sector just to keep him on the move, and suppressed. More infantry on the way to get a new push started. You can see also a new M1IP has arrived. The M1 here reveals itself, or rather gets revealed by the Bradley. 65% missile misses again. This 45% or 40% one missed as well, but yeah, well, I mean, it's 40%. Get a kill with the Strike Eagle. It gets hit in return by Stinger or Chaparral, I'm not that sure. Though the Wild Weasel doesn't get hit by anything, so that was okay. infantry being deployed and now moving up together with the Bradleys. What do the Bradleys here actually see? Ah, yeah, the one M113 and all the infantry now. I see that he has ATGM in there, in the forest line. Which I was a bit weirded out about how he got in there, because I mean, if he would be moving over the open, I was assuming that I would still be able to see him, but I guess not, if he moves through the back there. But that's pretty bad, because it means that I can't move my command tank in there. Well, again, if I wouldn't be stupid and would remember that I have infantry command, I could have just used my infantry command, but I was stupid and forgot about it. Cobra gets hit by all the stingers that are in here, so at least that's kind of being dealt with. Put the artillery on the ATGM, I guess it's an ITO, though I don't know, and just move up the recon jeep, because why not, fuck it. M1 Abrams is now in here, though the M1 IP should be able to deal with it quite well. You can see, I mean, they have the same gun, but the M1 IP just has more armor. But as usual, I just don't get it. He was looking at the M1, and then the second before he fires, he's like, "Nah, chief, I'm not gonna fire at him. Even though I need one more shot to finish him off. I'm gonna turn my turret and engage the infantry in the building there." That makes so much sense. Jesus Christ. So his M1 was able to smoke off and retreat just in time with 1 HP. I'm sure that's not gonna come back to bite me in the ass. And he has deployed now a lot of infantry into this town here. His Cobras are absolutely deleting me. The Stingers were out of range, so there's nothing I can do. Move them up now, but it's already too late, because the guy was just spamming Cobras like there's no tomorrow. It was just so painful. Finally kill them off. The Stinger here is already like a Vet 2. This M1 IP being killed off by, I guess, an ATGM to the side armor? Or maybe it was even front armor, I'm not sure. Smoke off the M1 IP command, and then also put a smoke order onto the M106. Though this one is out of ammo and I didn't notice, and it was just driving to its death. That's not what you want to do with your mortars, I can tell you that. And here the M1 that survived with 1 HP. Now engaging the M1 IP. My M1 IP obviously now misses, because I wounded. A10 kills off the mortar that was driving forward. You know, if only your M1 IP friend would have just shot the M1 and not have massive amounts of autism and disengage and shoot at random infantry in a random building. Bring in the 2 Eagles to quickly kill off the A10, and together with all the Stingers and the Chaparrals, A10 was long for this world. Target all the ATGMs that are in here already. There was an ATGM in here and a 50 kill in here. Or no, there was actually 50 kill in both of those buildings. I'm not gonna lie to you. And now he's moving in with a lot of infantry, and I'm under quite a bit of pressure, because I still want to win the game, and there's only 7 minutes left. And the push in here now has failed 2 times, and that's really bad, especially because this time all of my tanks have died and all of my infantry, so oof, yikes. Brought over the Apache after it has been finally rearmed. Nothing going on the right flank, so that's kind of good for me. Artillery still being active. You can even see one of my National Guard paladins vetted up, so fuck yeah. That was pretty cool. He's trying to kill my supply here, I guess. Yeah, that's annoying, but I don't really know why you would focus on the supply. Well, there's a big fight going on on the left flank. But now I have a lot of air defense, but no infantry left. Or tanks. The M1, they're still driving around on 1 HP. And you can see I'm trying to amass a new push into the airport area, because I haven't been pushing there at all. And he's bringing in a lot of support constantly down the center and the left. So I was just assuming that the airport should be fairly undefended. I think the ITO Jeep here killed off the M60. Maybe it was even the Bradley, not sure. More artillery coming in on my Chaparral. Painful, but yeah, whatever. No, actually, no. Wait, is it on the Chaparral? I'm confused. Maybe it was also on something different. What was the artillery actually going for? I'm confused. Well, anyway, 2 more M1 IPs arriving, CEV also arriving to deal with all his infantry squads. 2 CEVs actually. Bradley here trying to get some fire support on the other side of the town. Kill of a mech rifle dragon, very important kill. Those high HP infantry squads really strong. M60 is somehow out of sight, but yeah, sightlines on airport are still very weird. Should have moved the M1 IP slightly more to the right, but I thought they had a sightline on him. Yeah, plot twist, they didn't. So I started to retreat him again because I was really overextending my line there. He doesn't have any A10s to punish me anymore, and like Cobras are surely also running out, even though there's still a tow Cobra in the back there. It's insane after how many Cobras I have killed off. Not sure we can count actually in the end screen then, but Jesus Christ, I just felt like half a game consisted of me trying to kill off the Cobras that were just everywhere. CEV engaging. Giaito unfortunately doesn't get the stun off with the first shot. That was a bit sad. This one here decides to move to shoot at the squad in the open that's moving in its transport and just whiff completely. So I manually target Giaito in the building because that's what their job is. Move up the engineer dragon to see what's going on. C2 infantry squads in those buildings target the air control tower because that's mostly where people have their recon and their ATGMs, which I mean makes sense because you have very good sightlines. You can see military police also coming in because the military police squads are just fucking based in this division. Tow Cobra being a nuisance because the Stinger here was out of position. Didn't realize it. I thought I put it in a building, but I actually didn't. More National Guard fire teams coming in to be just meat shields for the command M1 IP. National Guard Apache also rearmed, artillery being put onto the squads in those buildings here. National Guard Stinger, as usual, missing. That was sad. More air defense also coming in from the back, but takes some time to arrive. Now ATGMs flying towards the Bradleys, but I mean at this point I am honestly willing to lose all my Bradleys just for the M1 IP and maybe also the infantry to get in there. Because there's only 3 minutes left. You can also see the one mortar that was left was rearmed and is now going to smoke again. One mortar is, I mean, it's not that good, but it's better than nothing. Ranger Dragon actually misses because it was down to death. New strike package coming in with the F-15 and the Wild Weasel. The Wild Weasel was just wildly out of position. So Strike Eagle gets killed, but does kill the M1 in return, so was okay. Just a bit sad that the Wild Weasel did like a weird turn just before I gave the command to go into the attack, and thus it was just on the completely other side of the map. Smoke is providing enough cover for me to move in. Also, I'm pretty sure the Ranger Dragon here just was straight up killed off. Stinger, as usual, missing all the time because that's what their job is, I guess. Get by command in. Ranger Dragon moving in, but that's a pretty bad idea because they can't do anything at that close range. Stinger just... I don't even know what's going on. Like, they just missed like, what, 2 or 3 times? Actually 4 missiles already, just missed 5. Nice. I mean, at least the Blackhawk has like 10% ECM, that's some excuse. Cobra has 0% ECM.
Well done, guys.
Jesus Christ. Also applying some pressure here, just so, you know, she doesn't have the time to calm down. Stinger's being deployed and missing. This one is actually out of ammo. Pretty sure it didn't hit a single of its Stinger shots. Stinger here also missing. Stinger missing again. Nice. Gets killed off by small arms, actually, the Blackhawk. Tow Cobra now too far in the back so that my Stingers can't engage it. But yeah, as I said, I mean, he has his Ranger Dragon here, but he can't do anything at this close range. Stinger's missing again. Saw his command back there behind the building, so I just targeted it with my artillery, killed it off. Stinger finally hits. Insane. Yeah, these things happen sometimes. The Stingers actually are heat-seeking. And the Tow Cobra finally dies after... I don't even know how many rockets have fired at it. And I get the victory. My enemy, by the way, called me lucky in the end and then instantly quit without typing GG or well played. Just as a reminder, the game started with 2 of my F4s dying to 1 F-16. And I was apparently lucky. Jesus Christ. The cope. only I am allowed to cope like that. Yeah, Eagle, you can see killing off the LGB, very important kill. Other than that, just being used as anti-helicopter firemen, because I needed to get rid of them. Strike Eagle here doing actually a decent job, killing off 3 M1 Abrams, not M1A1s unfortunately, but I mean, still good tank, M60 and Rangers. Second Strike Eagle dying on its first run, because of course it did. Itos, well, I mean, nothing really impressive, like killing an M60. Yeah, well, Howitzers though doing a great job. 2 Itos, M1, Command and Singer, and then here Iho, Ito, LRS, Howitzer, and Machine Gun. So very decent kills. I mean, one of them even vetted up. So I can't even remember when I last saw a natural piece vet up in a 1v1. So very, very good kill list. Fireteam Dragon here getting some decent kills. Mech Rifle most likely killed in a transport, so that's a very good kill. This National Guard Ito Jeep though, getting in the work with 2 M60s and an M1A1. Insane kills. A second F15 only killing an A10, but I mean, important kill at least. Chaparral killing the second LGB. I mean, I guess you can call that lucky, but if you fly over an A-net of like 5 National Guard Stingers and 3 or 4 Chaparrals and an F-15, you will die. Surprise, surprise. Sniper actually killing 3 units, so that was good. That was the one that was positioned towards the center. Did a good job. Other Chaparral also killing F-16 and a Cobra. LRS being killed off, very important to deny him his vision. The Mortar has actually killed one of his Rangers, so that's pretty good. Even though he takes him at 1 vet, so he gets 12 of them, the 6 of the normal ones and 6 of the Dragon ones. Chaparral killing the other A10. Bradley here was able to snipe off an Eyehawk in the center. I caught some timing where he was low on defenses there, and I just basically drove it through and it sniped off the Eyehawk with its TOW2. That was a nice kill. And yeah, National Guard Stingers actually killing a TOW Cobra. Insane. Though they weren't able to kill off one Blackhawk, even though there was 3 of them, military police had to finish it off. And this is, yeah, Klish, just insane guy, killing off Rojas and Shia, I guess. What are those names even? What the fuck? Like, he literally had 100% accuracy on his rockets. I know I've been coping a lot about it in this game, but this was abysmal. And yeah, Cobras luckily only caught my sniper off, so that was at least something. LGB getting 2 infantry squads killed was a bit unlucky, but I mean, at least it died instantly afterwards. Ranger Dragons, of course, killing off a bunch of Bradleys, because the Dragon Nerf will only come, I don't know, in the next century. F-16 killing the Strike Eagle was painful, but, well, shit happens. His mortars were also very annoying. You can see even getting a supply and a fire team kill. But other than that, his plane's really not performing that well. Like this LGB only getting an engineer in its transport, like bruh. And this A10 getting 2 Bradleys is like okay, especially the Recon Bradley. Yeah, that's painful, but not what you want from an A10, honestly. And then his M109 only getting 2 kills, the other one also only getting 2 kills. So also subpar use of artillery. Ito though doing the work as usual. The ATGMs carrying everybody, me as well, like I'm not denying that. The M1 that survived on 1 HP because my M1 IP has autism. Don't know if it was Schröder, though would be fitting because Schröder is also a traitor. But, well, I mean, in this case, my Abrams wasn't a traitor, it was just stupid for retargeting weirdly. TOW Cobra getting a bunch of kills. And yeah, well, let's count. How many Cobras did I actually kill throughout the game? So we have, even if we discount the billions of Blackhawks that I killed, 1 Cobra here. Then the next one will be somewhere around. Here's the second one. So 2 Cobras, 3 Cobras, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, wasn't that much, but it felt like they were everywhere. But I'm also not sure whether I killed every single one of his cobras, or whether he had still some alive. But I think it just felt like a lot because, yeah, he was using all of those Black Hawks as well. So, yeah, interesting game. RNG just unbelievably bad the last 1 or 2 weeks for me, but still managed to push through. And I hope you liked the video. And also would like to see you in the next one. I think I will play a different division then, because there's like 4 videos now in a row of the National Guard. So, time for something new. And yeah, hope to see you then. Bye bye.